Welcome back to Barfly Cinema. Today we're talking about Sorry to Bother You. Here's my co-host Gage and a very special guest, Mary from Beerworks.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we're talking about Boots Riley's Sorry to Bother You. Gage, or Mary, can you give us a little bit of a summary on this flick?
I will try to give a good summary about this flick because it's one of my favorite anti-capitalist films. It's about a young man named Cassius Green, and he feels stuck in life. He is pining for a better life for himself, and he gets a job at a telemarketing company where he makes it. He's a power caller. He's on top. Where he realizes, RegalView telemarketing company. But he realizes that it's not all it's cracked out to be when you're on top.
Mm-hmm. Seriously, played perfectly by Lakeith Stanfield.
He was incredible.
He's so good. He's so good.
Tessa Thompson, adorable.
She's great in this.
She's fantastic.
She's so great.
You're gonna love all the little bit players in this, like David Cross and
Patton Oswalt do the voices.
White voices. Danny Glover makes a few appearances.
Yeah. Stephen Yeun.
Stephen Yeun, of course, of Walking Dead fame, and Beef, of course. So there's a lot to like here in terms of just the cast. The music as well, it's well shot.
The movie has an awesome style.
Yeah,
to it.
It has a feel that really works. I like that we're kind of placed in these characters' lives, and it feels very natural, but also kind of surreal in some aspects too.
Yeah, this is like an absurdist comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love when he's like literally dropping down into people's living
that.
rooms when he's calling them up.
That was awesome.
Trying to stick to the script and realizing that it doesn't always work. It's a little heartbreaking when he's talking to the old woman and her 73-year-old husband dying of cancer, and he's like trying to sell her something like ridiculous in that moment.
Part 5.
He's like, what does it say? It's like everything's an opportunity to sell or something like that on his script. Like stick to the script.
Yes.
The whole thing is stick to the script.
Oh, that's funny that you say your husband died because we have a package that will keep you healthy.
Yeah.
Book 5 is all about
without
wellness.
a doctor.
Yeah.
Wild.
Book 5 is all about wellness. And it kind of puts you in his shoes where he's like, he's just glad to have this job.
That's true.
It's a terrible job.
He's
but
desperate.
He's desperate.
You know,
he's
like
desperate.
he's got to pay rent. He lives in his uncle's garage.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
Know, he
Why would
drives
he
a
want this
box.
type of job?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
you
like
kind of see the realities that he's facing, and then you realize, oh wait, there's also this. What's the name of the cult?
It's WorryFree.
WorryFree
workplace.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
This
Oh my gosh.
dystopian, like
late stage
Elon
capitalism.
Musk, Amazon, like all the worst types.
Yeah.
And
It's like the worst of the worst. It's like the end of like
Gig economy. It's like
Yes.
it's like gig economy, but you
It's
give like your sovereignty over it for it.
right.
hegemonic corporations rule all at that point. You literally live there, and you're happy to do
Yes.
so.
Right.
And throughout the movie, you know, we see little blurbs about WorryFree. You know, we see these little advertisements
Yes.
where they advertise, you know, lifetime contracts, food and lodging provided. Did
Be
you
a better
notice all of the?
daddy,
It's show the world that you're a responsible baby daddy.
Right.
And like as he's driving by on his way to work, there's another ad. If you were at WorryFree, you'd be at work already.
Yes.
Because you never leave. You live
Right.
there, you work there, you eat there, you shit
Right.
there. That's what you do at
Like you kind of
WorryFree.
give up. Like you're struggling so bad, you give up all choice. You don't get a choice in the matter. It's just kind of like a farm, basically.
Absolutely.
But Cassius is so desperate that for a moment when he sees a WorryFree ad, it sounds a little compelling. You know,
Right.
he says to Detroit, he's like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, maybe this
have
would
you
be
ever thought
easier.
about WorryFree?
Yeah, have
and she's
you-
like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Terry Cruz's character later on, he's about to get his house foreclosed on. He's
I
starting to
love
consider
that.
it
Yes.
too. He's like,
Yes.
I can't. It doesn't matter if you pay me or not. I'm going to lose the house anyway.
It's an option for desperate people.
Desperate people, and
Yeah.
we can see there's a lot of desperate people in this world.
It's true.
Yeah.
I love the little conversation that they have when Cassius is going to work, and he's like, Terry Crews is like, I need my money. It's been 4 months, and he's like, you know, this earth was made for all, and people like you are robbing us and keeping it all for yourselves. He's like, people like me, I'm your uncle.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the bank is gonna foreclose on my house.
Yeah.
I gave you your car.
Yeah.
You're hoarding
You
it
mean
for
that
that little.
You're hoarding it for you and your family. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, I'm your uncle.
Exactly. I love that.
I'm doing you a solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. I love that like gray area there
Yeah.
that the movie flirts with. I think that was like a really good dichotomy with their characters
Love it.
there.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh my gosh, there's just so much to digest with this. Like the whole worry-free situation and the whole workhorse lifetime contract. You get a stable,
Yeah,
you
you
get
get your
a
own
stall and a
stable.
stable, and we feed you.
Yeah, there's a trough.
Yeah.
You know.
3
Because-
hots and a cot, baby.
Because all right, so at first working for RegalView, you're just selling like bullshit stock.
It's almost like you're following
and
up on
crap.
sales leads.
Yeah, and then the higher you gets to where you're selling literally slave labor.
Yeah.
and they're essentially like a BlackRock corporation
Kind of.
is what I got.
Yeah, kind
They're
of.
literally
They
dealing
are
with everything.
to human beings
They're
what
selling
BlackRock
bonds, they're
is to
selling-
real
yeah.
estate
Right.
kind of thing.
Right. You're and he's like calling these big money players, like global
Yeah.
players, and he's kind of selling them on, oh well, we can beat their price, but like writ large.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh yeah, we'll manufacture your phones, you'll make higher profit margins, da da da, da. And then eventually he gets into like the military-industrial complex and stuff like that.
Yeah, I love the conversation that he has with Donald Glover's
Yeah.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover.
Danny Glover,
I was
yeah.
I was like, not him. I love him, but not him.
Donald Glover should have played the friend.
Oh, he would have been
Dude,
spectacular.
The friend was so forgettable. What was
I-
that?
I
He was
didn't
so
mind.
forgettable.
But I did love the
right.
conversation that they had in the bar where, he's talking about, he says to Cash, if they were selling what we're selling, it'd be impossible to make it.
Yeah.
But they're not selling what we're selling.
Right.
Love
And
that
then
too.
Cassius is like, so it's like comparing apples to oranges. And he responds, it's like selling, it's like apples
To the Holocaust,
To the
yeah.
Holocaust. Because he
So
knows that
perfectly
they're
said.
saving, like, they're selling slave labor.
Right.
Yeah.
And how does Cassius
Then he's also
square
buying
that?
into it in
Yeah.
a way when he's like, I like watching people get their ass kicked.
He's
and
got
I got the
I got
t-shirt.
the shit kicked out of me
Yeah, so it's like-
T-shirt.
Right.
Also teaching
Where
Cassius
you can
about
almost
the white
where you
voice.
can be aware of these things and yet you're still buying into
It
them.
just
like,
shows.
Yeah.
subconsciously
It
Yeah.
shows me that
like-
the plebs they still buy into the things that they're subjugated by.
But
and
also
when that's all there is.
Yeah.
Squeeze
buy
does
out
say,
there, you
Squeeze
know?
does
Yeah.
say at the end of the movie, like, if you see a problem but don't know how to change it, then you just learn to accept the
Yeah.
problem. And that's
Yeah.
kind of the perfect example of that character. Like, he kind of sees that it's messed up, but doesn't
But
have
instead
the
of
energy
offering a
to
solution,
try.
he just kind of adapts to
adapts
it.
to it, finds the
You know.
humor in it.
And to be fair, when you're in survival mode, that's pretty much all you can do as an individual. You're like thinking, because that's why the whole union versus individual thing comes in. Like, okay, as one person, I can only do so much, and I'm doing well for myself here, obviously, by becoming the top caller or the super caller, power
power caller,
So he
baby.
feels like he's separated.
Up top,
Right.
where
Yeah.
the callers are ballers.
Yeah. So
Because
Yeah.
what does Mr. Blank say? He's like, you don't worry about what should be, you thrive in what is. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just accepting it, that it's
Whereas
kind of.
Steve Yoon's character's trying
And that's
to
the only
change
time he
things.
actually talks
Yeah.
in his actual voice, too.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Man.
Which
I
is
like
funny
that.
because he that's right before he sells Cassius down the river. Like, he sends him to the boss's office.
does.
Like, does he know what's going to happen
right.
to
absolutely.
him?
He's
right.
he.
But like, he
That
got
was
real
him.
with him. The only time he got real, even for a second, was just before he was like kind of sending cash
he
to
was
his
because he
doom
knows
a
Cash
little
knows.
bit.
He's like, so you're.
I don't
because
know.
earlier
That
when
was
he's
an
like,
interesting.
So you're saying where you're selling slave labor? He's like, God damn, you're a smart one.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did
Catch
you
on
guys?
quick.
What did you guys think of the scene with Armie Hammer's character,
Love it.
Steve
I wish I wanted
Lift?
more of Steve Lift in this movie.
Yeah.
He's
I will
so
get it. We cut
insane.
into some of our
Cut
criticism.
Yoon scenes,
Cut
even though I
that.
love Yoon, but cut a lot of his stuff.
He
The
needs
whole
to
thing
be
with the
out
I
of
thought
girlfriend
his
needs to be
character
out
was
of the
fairly
movie.
important.
I didn't.
They could
I
have
don't know,
gave
he-
his part to What's
The
what's
friend.
that friend's name?
Sal.
Sal.
Coulda
They
given
coulda
it to Sal.
it to him, I think. And Steve, what's his character?
Stephen Yoon, I can't remember his name. Oh,
Squeeze.
Squeeze.
It's
Yeah,
Squeeze.
So we
Yeah.
got Squeeze,
Squeeze,
Troit,
Sal, Cassius,
Sal. Yeah.
Detroit.
And
But-
but yeah, I totally agree. I'm like, this character is taking up too much time, whereas we need to see more of Armie Hammer. We need to see more of
Yeah.
this world fleshed out.
I don't
that's where
know.
The budgetary.
Squeeze has some like very poignant lines. I feel like
They
he.
could have gave him to someone else. Like I don't mean
Yeah.
the lines yet.
No.
Like because
I
the
didn't
whole
mind
like,
him.
love thing with him in Detroit just goes nowhere and kind
Yeah.
of wastes time. And
It's a
we could have
throwaway
been,
thing,
Yeah,
you
they could have
know?
either built that with the Sal's character
Yeah.
and had that dichotomy, or give us more like. Steve Lift's character
And it
like
pains
flesh
me-
out the world
He's
more.
so crazy.
And it
Yeah,
pains
he's
If
me.
you
crazy.
beautiful, what does he call them? If you beautiful
Specimens.
perversions don't shut the
Perversions.
fuck up,
Oh,
I
yeah.
will
Oh,
turn
so
you
true.
all to glue.
It's so true.
I love when he's like trying to
Yeah.
explain that he's not crazy.
I know, he's like, I love that when he's
And then
giving
he
when
shows
he's
the
watching
most
the video.
unhinged video you
Yeah.
have ever seen.
Yeah.
And his
it
whole
is.
like, they're bigger, they're stronger, they'll hopefully gripe a lot less.
Yeah.
Like he is so crazy.
He's like, what does he say? He's like, it's pragmatic.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I'm not just gonna give you without the antidote. I'm not evil.
How you
I love that
consent.
character. He's great in it.
He is good. I will give him that. He is good. He has his moments. I think he's been Me Too'd since then. He hasn't
He's
had-
just
Oh,
kinda
he's
like-
very Armie Hammer is very problematic.
Yeah, he's
but
got-
we're not here to talk about him.
We're not,
We're
you're
here
right.
to talk about the film.
You're right.
And his character was crazy.
Yeah, we need
He did a
more
good
of-
job being crazy
and
because
his,
he is
like,
crazy.
his, like, monk type of dress.
Oh my
over the
gosh,
Yo,
yes.
what was
little-
that?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
But also, I loved the video that he showed to Cash during that
Yes,
scene.
literally.
You know,
Which
that-
maybe that's where a lot of the production value went. Honestly, awesome claymation.
oh,
That was great.
was
That was so
awesome.
unsettling.
Yeah.
It
her
was so
hanging
unsettling.
boobies. I loved it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, it was so good. But they frame it as worry-free being like the natural next step
Yeah.
for mankind.
They're
you know,
saving
she's
the economy.
a new day of
Yeah.
productivity is dawning.
He literally says,
Yes.
"We're going to save America."
Yes.
That's how we're
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
save America by
Mhm.
subjugating this horrible.
He's
thing.
saving people. He's saving the economy. What
Yeah.
does he say in his little news interview? Like,
So ridiculous.
oh my
I laid it all
gosh.
out in my book. I'm on top.
yeah.
And I love the part where the king finally goes on. He goes on the show and reveals it all.
Yeah.
And then what do people do? They accept it. They're like, "Oh man, the stock price goes up." They're like,
No.
"Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah." Isn't that crazy? It's like it goes back to Sailor. It's like people will just adjust to it. They'll just accept it.
Yeah.
You didn't give them a way to change things. You just warned them and kind of
Well,
those
and
adapt to it.
yeah,
You don't want to be
because-
left behind. You better invest. You don't want to be left behind. You know.
Because-
I love that part of it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think that is really strong, and also just the selling and commodifying like resistance in like the concept of itself, like the whole lady throwing the can at
Yeah.
him, and then like she's
have a
doing
Coke.
that out of
Famous.
protest.
Have a
Yeah.
Coke and
They
smile,
literally-
bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They buy her, and now that whole thing is like a movement.
the
They buy and
commodification.
sell that as like a movement because
I
that was
didn't
his
even
whole.
think about that.
Because
Yeah.
his whole thing that even Steve Lift is trying to do is sell a fake resistance within the workplace so
Right.
that he can control that. And you see it today. Che Guevara shirts, Kylie Jenner Pepsi commercials, like
Anything that catches
capitalism
on
will-
eventually gets boxed
That's a
and
great
a
point.
sticker and put
I
a
didn't think
sticker
about
on it,
that.
basically. Like anything that can be sold will be sold.
Yeah.
Movements, ideas, everyone will be co-opted.
It's the strongest thing about this movie is the themes for sure.
Precisely.
The last 10 minutes fall for me quite a bit, but
Oh,
those
wait.
are the strongest things about this movie, and
I
that's
think
why
there's no doubt of that.
you should definitely watch it.
Can we take a moment to talk about Detroit's art?
Yo,
Exhibit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What did you think about that in general? I kind of didn't like that she was buying a place to do art. It should have. Where did you get the money to get like a studio to?
I didn't think about that aspect of it. But I thought
Oakland, maybe some kind of art
Should have been like
stipend or
should have been for the
something.
public, I think.
Maybe.
It should have been like a whole public performance because I do love her performance, which her voice is done by Lily James.
her British voice, her white voice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
I
didn't
thought it was
realize that.
really interesting
That's awesome.
placement of like her white voice.
Yeah.
I love that.
But
No,
yeah,
sorry,
just
her art exhibit. Sorry to.
no. Just like earlier when she's talking to Cash about it, she's talking about Africa. What does she say?
Yeah, when he's like zoning out.
Yeah, he's like zoning out,
Yeah,
but
what
she's
was
trying
that?
to
Yeah,
explain.
she tired the second she starts talking about exploitation.
He's
he's
fixating
on the
zoning it
joint.
out.
Yes. Because she talks about, Africa, lives built on exploitation.
Capitalism is kind of
Yes.
idea comes from buying African labor.
Yes. Yeah. So she's making this whole argument. And then later in the film, we actually see like her art exhibit where she's talking about, slave labor used to mine parts for cell phones. That's why she's having them like throw the cell phones and all of this mine.
blood.
And the bullet casings, because all of this mess starts wars in the area and all this stuff. And she quotes that.
Yeah,
That's-
what was that? Like,
Okay, it's I had to look it up because I've never seen this movie before, but it's from a film called The Last Dragon.
Okay.
And it's like this weird musical, but in the scene of the movie, this woman is leaving the man, and that's why she's, she calls him a misguided midget asshole, just trying, dreaming of being on top and getting by on her tits, and that whole thing. But
Is
now
this
I have
a
to see
British
that movie.
film? Like, is this?
I have no idea. It's just like an old musical, like an older musical, weird film. But Cash watching her, be pelted with cell phones and blood and all this stuff, he like puts a stop to everything and he asks like, why would you subject yourself to this?
Right.
Yep.
And she kind of like calls him out on his shit in that moment, but like he makes an excellent point, even if he's kind of missing the point.
Yeah.
Because he's subjecting himself to a lot worse.
See,
like he
that's-
has slave labor on his hands.
We talked about this before the show. Is like the film is presenting three kind of realities of work. So it's like, okay, you can go on this game show where you're humiliated, like horribly. You're subjected to these horrible things, and you get paid for that. You can give away your sovereignty for the rest of your life, and you give away for that, or you can work the day job and maybe join a union, that kind of thing. There's like these three realities presented, and I think that was part of the point he was trying to make with her art exhibit, where it's like even she has to kind of subject herself to humiliation, even if it is to serve a higher purpose.
But
Because
even
he does
in
say
her
that to her
case-
in their fight of
Yeah.
like, well, what's the fuck you? What's the difference? You have to sell art to rich people,
Right.
Like,
Right. It's a reality of it.
But
As if
also in
that's the
her
same
case,
thing, but-
it's a choice that she's making, whereas
Exactly.
the other three are kind of like something.
But
You're kind of being forced into one of the three.
Right.
camps.
but he is making the choice to sell slave labor,
Yeah.
like to
Oh yeah.
to make.
He justifies it, and then only when it's revealed that they're turning people into horses, that's when he has a reality check. But before that, he was on board. He was totally on board.
He was okay until he thought he was going to become an
Exactly.
equisapien.
Exactly.
And that's even something that Detroit points out, when he does come around and he's all freaking out and seeing a doctor about his
Yeah.
member. And he's
some
kind
of
of...
some of that works, some of it doesn't. But
Needed,
I thought it-
though.
I love
but
it.
yeah,
kinda
I just love
funny.
that he only cares when it directly affects him, and that kind of
Yes.
I wouldn't say it subverts it. It almost like goes against kind of the themes of the movie overall. But I'm with Gage. I think they should have went for the cynicism even a little bit further.
I do think that like by the end they should have went for either the cynicism fully of like you're fucked, or they actually were really optimistic and they do win at the end. 'Cause
Yeah.
they kind of have their cake and eat it too at the end of like. Because at the end, it kind of goes against my sympathy for them, because the movie gets to, okay, they're turning people into horses.
Right.
And then that's like
Hey man, they're bigger
global
and stronger, and they
absolutely.
gripe a lot less.
Yeah.
But that seems way more important now than, because by the end they kind of go back on that and it's like, shit, we got to go back to work at RegalView and get our rights. And then at the end they're like, yeah, I'm just waiting for me to go back to work at Regal. It's like, okay, why the hell would you still want to work for this company that is still selling slave labor and is exploiting people? Like, I don't know. It's like, and then they're like, oh no, he turns into a horse, and then it's like a Twilight Zone ending for a second. It
doesn't work.
And then we got our comeuppance on the guy.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Defend it. Why does that ending work for you, Mary?
I don't know. I don't think I would have enjoyed it if it was just like, oh, that's cute. Everything works out for him.
Like that
that's so
either.
awesome.
But it kind of does do that. If anything, he should have fully maybe turned into a horse, and then
he did. Did you see the very end where they descend on Steve
like
Lift's
earlier,
house?
and then like he is like fighting like this. He is like this like MLK figure that even Steve
They
lifts.
glob onto,
And
yeah.
it's like, and then it becomes ambiguous of like, did he become this faux resistance that is being bought and sold?
Right.
And then he becomes. It could go that whole cynical route.
I would want him.
That would be pretty awesome.
I want him. I don't want the whole thing of like the drug to turn you into a horse not be a thing. I would like it to be the more morally compromised you are, you start morphing slowly.
Dude.
Like do a thing like
Great
like
idea.
how Cronenberg
Fucking
does
great
it in The
idea.
Fly.
Yeah.
You do little signs where you're being
I like
corrupted and you have a physical manifestation of what's going on. I would have loved that so much more.
It's fantastic.
Where at the end, it's that gotcha, and it's like oh God, but it doesn't land for me. I want him to have a visual representation of how he's being corrupt and how he's falling into this world and he's portraying his ideals.
Cut the love stuff with Stephen Yeun's character and bam, throw that in there.
You got yourself a picture.
It's better.
You got yourself a picture. Seriously. Let's talk a little bit more about what the movie has to say about anti-capitalism. Mary, what do you think like it really does well in terms of critiquing capitalism?
I think it does a good job of showing the absurdity of the whole thing. Mm-hmm. You know, I loved the advertisement
comedy.
Right.
Yeah, and just like the advertisement or I guess not an advertisement. It was like they did, what's that show? My Crib.
Oh, MTV Cribs. It's mocking.
Where they do one at WorryFree.
Right.
And like he's like, this is where we eat our dinner, and it's just some lady in her bed. Like,
I love the look.
I know that look.
Yeah, so just showing how absurd this stuff really is, or even the show, I got the shit kicked out of me. Like, it's absurd.
Yeah, you're either watching that show, The Crib, the WorryFree propaganda,
right,
or the protest.
News. But like we do this. Like, how many crazy, degrading TV shows can you think? Hoarders, you know, like where people have a serious problem and we're just entertained by it. I don't know. We just put that stuff on display all the time.
Right.
So I think it was like a kind of a silly way to portray that in the film, and I really enjoyed that they just showed how absurd the whole thing is. We actually do this. It's crazy.
I like that too. I like that. I like the idea of humiliation rituals. I like the idea of,
because it kind of does that. The humiliation ritual thing does that with like that fake VIP room.
Right.
It's like, what is that?
What's
He's
that?
like, oh yeah, the VIP room, or it has the same password every single day, and he goes back there and it's a complete nightmare, and people are sitting on him. He dumps
Spills
his
drink.
And he comes back out like, man, that was baller. You have to sell yourself these things.
You got to dilute yourself. Yeah. No doubt about it.
It was a great foreshadowing moment, because then he does get to the top, and he still doesn't belong there. You know, he's like, oh, I guess this is cool.
Yeah,
He
wipes the blood. He'll wipe that, and it just smears it more on his face.
I love that.
Yeah.
A few things I just wanted to mention. I love when he starts coming up They have a short montage where the apartment's transforming, and it's very Spike Jonze-esque. I just love that. The TV holds it.
As he makes it, the bed gets bigger.
It's so good. It's so good. There's so many
The
great,
lamp gets taller.
visual, interesting touches in this movie where it's like,
I love
man.
it.
So how do you feel about that at the end when he says, well, I couldn't give it all up, when he goes back into the garage, but it looks like
I
his.
thought
How do you feel about that?
I thought it was a beautiful moment of growth because he was like, this is my situation. I'm still living in my uncle's garage, but it doesn't have to be a piece of shit. Like, I can appreciate what I have and just make what I have nice. I don't
Absolutely.
need to strive for more. I can just
Beautiful point.
take what I have and make it a little better, make it
true.
a little more livable. I saw it as a moment of growth where he wasn't necessarily still wanting that life, but he can still enjoy.
There's nothing wrong with enjoying
some nice
some
things.
Nice
Yeah.
Cash is green.
Yeah.
It's like, boom. He knows he knows where he's at. I think he retains his soul to an extent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the misconception that you need capitalism to have nice things in life.
Right.
Yeah, you can just enjoy what you have. You don't need more. Just make what you already have a little nice.
What is capital is changing? It's literally getting at techno-feudalism and stuff in this movie.
Seriously.
Oh, dude, her character was just so funny to me. I don't know her.
Yeah, 37%.
She-
if you wear pink,
She's
you're
the
more
ticket.
likely
She's
to.
the ticket taker from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Oh yeah, she is.
She's coming up. She's around. She's been in some movies lately.
Yeah, it's cool. She was funny.
Yeah, she was
I know,
awesome.
and then Rosario Dawson as the elevator voice of oh, hope you didn't jack off today. We need sharply
Extra
focused.
focused. So good. Okay,
so
also
Stuff like that did make me laugh out loud in this.
the passcode in the golden elevator being
just
way
ridiculous.
overly complicated is perfect symbolism for just how overly complicated it is to get to the top.
Right.
You have to go through all of these
And if
little
you make one
arbitrary.
mistake, you got to start
all over again.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that.
Little moments like that I just loved
apple
in this
motif.
movie.
Yeah.
What's going on with the app? His boss that's up in the power call always
Gives
munching
him-
on an apple, almost like he's the snake.
I missed that.
You missed that?
Whoa,
Every other
what?
scene, he's munching on an apple. And then in the scene with Armie Hammer, he puts an apple on the
He
table.
gives one to Cash.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The Garden of Eden.
Yep.
Here, take a bite.
Ooh.
They aren't that subtle. I caught that one.
No. I
No,
didn't
that went
actually
over
notice
my
But yeah,
head.
but
Well
yeah, check it.
done.
This movie isn't subtle.
It's not that subtle,
it's
but
fun.
I just thought that was
I
funny where it
love
was
it.
everyone who's trying to really corrupt him, munching on an
That's
apple.
true. I did love just the look of his
Interesting.
assistant manager. He looks like a straight up criminal.
Great. Oh yeah,
Tattoos and everything. I loved that.
But I also
His whole
like
bag 'em and tag 'em
Yes.
thing,
The
like,
the tag 'em
whoa,
was
my
I don't
God.
think we're, what is the head guy's like, I don't think we're ready for these metaphors quite yet.
Yeah, he's like, that was not approved for today's meeting. I didn't know about this.
But I love that montage when he finally starts making sales and they're just loving it and all the
Yeah.
enthusiasm.
Love that.
All that stuff works
And then
so
the
much.
stuff in the back, like the people in the background are constantly changing too. There's a little kid back there.
Oh,
There's
man.
just super old people just on their last legs. It's really funny too.
Right,
And
right.
A lot of background stuff in this movie. that's
Seriously.
funny.
It's so
Seriously.
good.
The whole sing us a rap song. Oh, you must rap. You gotta rap. And then his rap song.
Oh man, no, don't say it.
No,
oh,
but it's
no.
so funny.
It's just like that's what they're expecting, so you
that's-
better do it.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
what the director even said of he thought that scene ultimately was gonna be when Cassius finally wakes up to what am I doing here? But he's like no, we've
But he
already had him
doesn't.
selling slave labor and
Yeah.
stuff. You have to go further with the horse people.
Right.
I don't know.
And then only after it's revealed that he's literally going to be turned into a horse, then he has pushback. It's
Well,
so
it didn't affect him. He was making good money until.
yeah. So he's
you know.
he's okay with it as long as the ends justify the means. He's like, well, I'm providing this great life for my girlfriend. I don't care. The suffering is outsourced. I think that's what another thing this movie has to say is like, I'm not suffering. I'm subjugating others. They're
Right.
suffering for my benefit. Capitalism right there.
Whoa, slavery.
So it's like, exactly, where it's like, and then some people are willingly giving up their sovereignty for like a small bit of security. Well, your food and board's taken care of. That's enough for some people, it seems.
I think that's like a coping mechanism. It's the fully we've given up. They win.
Right.
We'll get
Just gonna
this
turn
out
myself
of it.
over. I'll turn myself into a horse.
Yeah.
Because you got to imagine, it'll either be a horse or
Yeah.
if you're fired.
Because I do like that what Detroit says there at the end of like you have purpose or change in the world. Like
Right.
It's like I know because in a way you almost have to be cynical to buy into capitalism of like, man, the world is. I have nothing going in my life and stuff.
Right.
Because he feels so stuck, and when they're in the car and they're talking about like his past, like he doesn't want to ever talk about his past. He's but he's so like aloof and scared about his future.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Well, it's
I
the
don't
thing
know.
where it's like he goes from the exploited to the exploiter. That's always a dichotomy in capitalism. You're either being exploited or you're exploiting other people. That's kind of how the whole thing works. Someone's either profiting off of your labor or you're being profited from. So you're putting,
See why I love this movie?
Yeah.
I love movies.
And some of those points actually land in this flick.
No, absolutely.
That's what
They
I love
do.
about it. I think they did a
the
great
issues
job.
I have are more story oriented.
Me too.
A character
None
and
of the
story.
themes. Yeah, it's more so it's just kind of script wise of
Right.
like doesn't.
See,
fully-
I can let that stuff slide because I think this movie is so great in its messaging
It is.
that it's forgivable to
Yeah.
me. Any
Yeah.
little flaw, I'm still here for it.
I agree. I
It's
agree.
so
What is
good.
that? The whole like.
They caught you in
Code
4K. You're the
switching.
Ariana Grande of disloyal in words.
Yes.
I love that. Where he's trying to go hat in hand, and he's like, "Sorry guys, I messed up." And they're like, "Dude, you're famous now."
Oh yeah. Or like,
But
yeah.
that moment happens the first time he crosses the picket line. You know, he became a laughing stock at
Yeah.
that moment, and it ruined his relationship because Detroit even told him, "If you cross that picket line, like we're done."
Yeah.
So-
And then he does, and then he becomes a laughing stock because he doesn't belong in either place now. Even if he makes it
true.
to the top, he doesn't belong there. But now he's alienated himself from his friends and his loved ones.
I still even empathize with him a little bit there because in the beginning he's like, "I'm stuck. I hate being stuck." He's
Very
catastrophizing.
relatable.
It's so relatable.
So hella relatable.
I
Gen
might-
Z especially. This is what Gen Z is going through. Like,
No, for sure.
They're almost 30, and they're like, nothing's going on. I'm not making any progress.
Yeah.
I don't have kids. Nothing is happening in my life. What do I do? And then finally something happens.
No, they're
then it
scared.
starts- then
and
it
they're
starts
also
working.
really scared to have kids because
Yeah.
of what's going on.
And he gets addicted to it. He's like, I finally found something I'm good at. We're going to play this to the bone. So I actually really empathize with him there. And
No.
he tries to...
I never don't empathize with him
Yeah.
till the very end.
Till the
with
very end.
But also,
Slave
I kind of
labor.
wish the movie kind of had the guts to make us not empathize with him at all. Like kind of like there by
Turn
like
him.
the middle.
Turn him at
Turn
the
him
end.
like the whole like what you said. He keeps turns more and more into
Yeah.
a horse and yada yada. Where
I would love that.
Where you're like where we're almost conflicted
Or
because
something, or some kind of disfigurement, or some
'Cause
his
Lakeith-
skin. He turns white. He turns into a white guy.
he turns into Patton Oswalt.
Yeah,
David
perfect.
Cross.
That'd be
David
perfect.
Cross. Yes.
So
Oh my
you
gosh.
just do that. You do that. I know that'd be pretty hard to pull off. What do you call it? SFX wise, special effects wise, but you could do it. But I love that
Awesome.
when she's like, they're in bed and he uses the white voice accidentally.
Yeah.
And they kind of let slip
And then
like,
it's David
oh, you're
Cross,
changing.
but we hear Lakeith's voice, but
Yeah.
everyone hears.
So that's what I want more physical manifestations of his changing in terms of the way he's feeling, what he's doing, and then not just a gotcha at the end. But I do like parts of it.
Yeah, Lakeith is giving an awesome performance
good
here.
performance.
I think the script is kind
He's
of
so
letting him
good.
down.
He's so cute.
oh yeah, he's
the
My
best.
goodness.
This
I love
should have
Script is
kind of
catapulted
letting him
him.
down to me. I think
He must be so picky about his script because this should have been
be,
his like
be picky about your scripts.
like
Be
bro,
picky.
you're the guy.
He was amazing.
You could have been the guy.
Yes.
This and Get Out in 2016
Yep.
when he played the. It was just perfect. Like I think he's just so particular, and every once in a while he kind of picks
a
a
small
dud.
cameo.
He was also in Die My Love.
Yeah,
They
it's-
even say to him, like, she says, "Hey, sorry to bother you," and I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god!"
They shouted that out.
They shouted that out in the film, and
So
I loved
in certain
it.
circles, this must be the movie.
I'm sure.
I think it's
not a
I
bad
think it's
movie
a
at all.
great movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
So exactly, I think I want to make some parallels
if
to
anything, this movie is gonna get you thinking about stuff
It will.
and talking about stuff.
I
It
hope
doesn't
so.
have
There's
to.
so much to
not
digest.
Everything has to gel with you to be a really provocative work of art.
I think there's a nice pairing to be made between this and They Live. They Live does things a little bit more, I won't say gracefully, because that movie has a messed up ending too that doesn't really work. But I like the fact that there are people in their midst that kind of there's double crosses.
Yeah.
I needed a double cross in there somewhere, and there really wasn't. He's just kind of like, I don't know. There's something missing where I just.
I mean, he double
or
crossed the
fully-
protesters
like
when
he
he
did.
crossed
He
the
did.
He
picket
did.
line.
That's true.
I
I
think
just need
that's-
something more stark, I guess.
Yeah, me too. That's where I mean, like, I think the script kind of lets
To
him
show
down.
that
I
he's
don't
fully
think,
corrupted.
Yeah, it gets too scared to fully let you as the audience.
They don't want you to
lose your
hate Lakeith.
sympathy.
They don't want you to hate Lakeith. You want
And you can't, and just have the guts. You're not gonna hate him because he's Lakeith, and also if you have that,
Yeah.
if you also have that, like him turning into the horse, like you're, even though he's doing really shitty, despicable things, you're gonna have that sympathy.
That's a
for
great
him
point.
because
Yeah.
you know,
So that's
I
what I
don't
need.
know.
I need that transformation, physically and character wise.
yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen it too, but this movie kind of has a Putney Swope a vibe to it. It's the old 1969 Robert Downey Sr. movie where a black, this corporation is going through like a change, and so they don't. Everyone wants to be the boss, but no one wants to vote for the other guy. So everyone just puts one vote towards the black janitor because they think no one else will vote for him.
I
so
love
then
that.
he becomes the CEO
love
and
that.
starts selling only good products, and it's like Truth and Soul Inc. Like
Yes.
yeah, has that vibe to it too, which I guarantee Bootsy was probably a little inspired by that. Good movie too. Check that one out.
Oh yeah.
The list grows ever longer.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I like the idea of, kind of once a scab, always a scab. Like he
Yeah.
crossed the line. They are very hesitant to take him back. There's just like you said, the messaging is so good. The messaging is so
Mr.
good.
Blank, like the whole left eye people in this are definitely like definitely a reference to like that whole In Decline movement.
Yeah.
But also like the left eye, and then like he has his
Why
eye,
is his
eye
patch
patch is
name
over the
bleeped?
left?
Why is
Because
his
I
name
don't think he has a
bleeped?
personality anymore.
He is a faceless, nameless
Yeah, he sold-
corporate
he sold
entity at
himself
this
over.
point.
Interesting.
Like,
Yeah.
he sold out fully and completely. He
Yeah.
is whoever the company tells him to be.
Interesting.
And that's why his name doesn't really matter
Yeah.
at all.
To you can just call me.
Yeah. That was
I love when
Yeah, that's absurd stuff.
so silly. I love when Cash, they're all at the bar drinking, and he asks everyone at the table, "Am I just supposed to work, eat, fuck, and sleep?"
No, I'm not.
And I
saying that-
wanted to be like, "Yes, dude. That's
Yeah.
What else are you supposed to do? You want to work forever?
Yeah.
Like, what else is there other than I don't know."
It's so true. It's so
Like-
true. But then he's like, I'm not saying that. Let's just unionize. And
He
it's
just
like, it's
couldn't-
still just
Yeah.
working forever.
He just couldn't appreciate what he had when he
No,
had it.
he
By the
couldn't.
time he could appreciate it, as seen with his decked out garage bedroom, he learned to appreciate what he had, and by then it was far too late for our poor Cassius Green.
Cash is
Cash
green.
is
Cash
green.
Green, yeah.
And mean.
Stick to the script,
Yeah,
y'all.
stick to the script, dude.
So yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie. I've got
Highly
some problems
recommend.
with it, but I do, like you said, you won me over with the messaging. There's
Me too.
such
I
good
love
messaging
it.
here.
Yep,
Yeah.
and it's a great film. If you
is.
have any other anti-capitalist films I
Yeah,
should watch, I'm
leave a
all
comment down
here
below,
for it.
for sure.
Yes, please send your
A
comments
Christmas
in.
Carol.
Oh my gosh, 9 to 5, Triangle of Sadness,
Oh, yeah.
Sadness.
Parasite,
I haven't seen 9 to
Cabin in the
5.
Woods.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Parasite, go watch it.
Parasite.
Right now.
Oh my gosh,
Right now.
it's great. Great. Film.
Okay, yeah, I'd say we all give that one a recommendation. Next
Yeah.
week, we're watching
The Ref.
The Ref, starring Dennis Leary and Kevin Spacey. Talk about problematic.
Woo! Is that Annette Bening too?
Annette Bening is the
Alright,
wife. It must
alright.
be. Is it Annette Bening?
I
No,
hope so.
It couldn't
It
be.
probably
No, it's
isn't.
not. It's not. You're thinking American Beauty.
Oh, yeah,
But yeah,
you're right.
The Ref next week on Barfly Cinema. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Well done, y'all.
Thank you, Mary.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.